ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the XFL.
Yeah, you hear that? That's called passion, my friends. Your hunger for football. It's time.
Are you ready? Is you ready? Ready? You say you ready? Whole squad ready? Ready?
This is for our people, the dreamers, the diehards, the determined.
My plan is to be one of the baddest athletes to ever walk the planet.
I belong to play with the best of the best.
I love this game. I'll do anything to continue playing this game.
This is an opportunity to unleash our best selves.
To finally be seen and break through barriers.
Whole squad.
This is a chance for a second chance.
Rediscovered, revitalized, reborn. Every triumph, every failure has led you to this moment.
Playing for the people who believe in me, playing for anybody who had a dream.
I just want to prove that an under-recruited kid from Detroit can play in the pros.
You feel that chip on your shoulder? I got one too. We got to use that chip. You ready?
Are you ready? Is you ready? Ready? You say you ready? Whole squad ready? Ready?
Who are we?
This is the XFL.
Day one.
Let's get it. XFL owners Danny Garcia and Dwayne Johnson on hand as the XFL makes its return to Houston. And so does H-Town royalty, son of a bum. Wade Phillips, head coach of the Houston Roughnecks, going up against T-Buck. Terrell Buckley getting his first shot as a head coach with the Orlando Guardians. With that, hello and welcome to Houston. I'm Loa Galindo here with Sam Acho. We hope this matchup is going to be as good as the first one that we saw today with Bob Stoops and Arlington holding on to take down Rod Woodson and Las Vegas. Why are we here? It's about the dream. We talked to Stanley Baponga, linebacker of the Guardians yesterday, 31 years old, NFL vet. He was in tears because he says he's playing for his family. He doesn't want to let his young teammates down that are also chasing that dream.
This is the place where those dreams do, in fact, meet the opportunity. That's what Dwayne Johnson has said. He said, you bring the dream, we'll bring the opportunity. There's so many players on this field that want to make it to the next level. A lot of these players have been at the NFL before. This is their chance to show that they still have it.
Let's get into this matchup. Orlando has Paxton Lynch, former first-round pick, quarterback of the Denver Broncos on their roster. He's going to get the start. Problem is, Wade Phillips knows him well. He was a DC in Denver, and by the way, he gets to the quarterback.
Oh, yeah, he's got some dogs on the outside. He pointed out specifically Tim Ward, who's 6'6", 270, and Trent Harris. These guys have both played in the NFL. They've sacked NFL quarterbacks, guys like Justin Herbert, guys like Tom Brady. These guys know how to get after the quarterback. And oh, by the way, we know that Wade Phillips has coached some beasts. He's coached DeMarcus Ware. He's coached Aaron Donald. He's coached Von Miller. And so when he says these guys are special, I believe him.
And this is his town, Houston, Texas. Let's get into some of the details, the way the XFL is going to work. We've got 8 teams breaking them up in the North and South. This is a South matchup here tonight. Start of a 10-week regular season. All games on ABC, the ESPN networks, or FX, and the championship May 13th. Money is on the line. Ian Fitzsimmons, not just for the winning team, but Ian for America.
Hey, Lowell, one of the most common questions we've got is, can you wager on the XFL? The answer is an emphatic yes. From futures to tonight's game. Tonight's game opened at 2.5. The Sharps took it up to 3.5. Total now around 34. So you want to fire in on every single game you can. And the access is absolutely unprecedented. As I walk over now to Houston Roughnecks head coach Wade Phillips. And coach, we heard Sam Acho talking about some of the legends you have coached in that Phillips 3-4 defense. Describe some of the guys you have tonight, and Trent Harris of the Miami Hurricanes and Tim Ward, who was with the Kansas City Chiefs in Mahomes' first Super Bowl.
Yeah, we've got some guys that can play on defense. That's why we're starting out on defense. We got the choice, so we deferred. We're going to play defense first, see how it looks.
Quickly, what does it mean to you to be the head coach here for the Houston Roughnecks in your hometown?
I love it. It's awesome. Houston's my home. This is my home team.
Give him hell, Coach.
You bet.
Now over to Orlando Guardians with Taylor McGregor. T-Mac?
Thanks so much, Terrell Buckley. You're getting to be the head coach for the very first time in your career. I know the late, great Bobby Bowden was one of your mentors. What do you think he would be telling you in this moment?
Relax. Do what you've done in practice. Call the game. Pump the guys up. Make sure they understand that this is just like practice, just with a few more fans. Well, in this case, a lot of fans.
Have a lot of fun, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. This is a league of access, and just to give you an idea of what to expect here this evening, take a look at the 6 guys we will have mic'd up all game long. 2 coaches, 3 players, and the white hat. All of this to go along with the several interviews we will be doing with coaches and players in game. Plus, at halftime, we will go into the locker rooms to give you a behind-the-scenes peek as to what is talked about in the halftime of professional football locker room chat. So much fun. A lot of anticipation. This is going to be awesome, guys.
And T-Mac, I love that comment from T-Buck saying Bobby Bowden would tell him to relax. Easier said than done on a night like this. Matt Elam has played a long time in the NFL. He said he's got goosebumps like this is his first college game ever with the Florida Gators. So here we go, new kickoff format. Kicking team, receiving team will line up 5 yards apart. They cannot leave the respective lines until the ball is caught or 3 seconds after it hits the ground. Back deep for the Guardians is Roman Tatum, 28 years old from Southern Illinois. And here we go, football underway in Houston. And a big collision just north of the 20-yard line as Jonte Kirkland is there to make the stop.
And you always want to set the tone. A hit like that will set the tone, but now we have a quarterback in town who's ready to set the tone for his team.
And this is a household name in Paxton Lynch. First-round pick by the Denver Broncos following Peyton Manning after the Broncos won the Super Bowl. 3-year starter at Memphis, played 2 seasons in the league, 4 career starts for Paxton Lynch. We got him mic'd up.
Let's go. Here we go.
And the Roughnecks defense should make it uneasy on him tonight. And an early carry, that's Jermaine Martin.
13.
And let's check in with Paxton Lynch.
Chicago, wide slant. Hold on, ready?
3.
Here we go. Tonight. 180.
Lynch to his go-to receiver, Cody Latimer, and there is a familiar connection there. Latimer also a teammate with Lynch on the Denver Broncos, and we talked with his Orlando staff. They expect to feature Latimer a lot, especially on this opening drive.
And for him, it's a second chance. He's talked about his journey, his story. 16 months sober from alcohol. This dude is excited about his opportunity.
3rd and 1. Martin to the left side. He's got a block on the outside. Martin, punishing run, and he's got the first down.
Jermaine Martin, 5'9", 215 out of North Carolina A&T. Watch this hurdle. It's going to be an outside run. You're going to see the tackles and guard pull, but the hurdle gets him up above the defender and able to get the first down.
Fred Eloina, fantastic block to help set that one up. Guardians, the dog in this game. Houston, a 3.5-point favorite. Andrew Jamil in motion. And another carry. And this time, it is Dedrick Thomas. Really a receiver back in his day at Mississippi State, getting some run at tailback.
And a lot of these players, you'll hear Mississippi State often, well, they know Terrell Buckley. They were with Terrell Buckley when he was coaching at Mississippi State and Ole Miss. And so some of these players, there's a lot of familiarity with the system and the coaches.
A lot of Mississippi State flavor for Orlando. On the other side for Houston, a lot of guys with Maryland ties because of their DC Brian Stewart. Deep pass right side, some contact, no flag, as Charleston Rambo, standout record-setting receiver from Miami, was the intended target. So third and short yet again. Last time it was Martin picking it up with the run. And Martin again to Lynch's right. Need to get to midfield. Martin with a shake, again outside. And again, a first down for the Orlando Guardians.
So I'll quickly say this. What you
11,
see
11,
from
11,
Jermaine
11.
Martin,
Hey,
get
Florida,
used to
Florida,
it.
Florida, Florida, Florida.
And that is the offensive coordinator, Robert Ford, in the Hall of Honor here at the University of Houston, calling in the plays. It will go through Shane Matthews, the quarterback's coach, former NFL great, to Lynch. Lynch with time, over the middle, little behind, the ball is bobbled. We got a wrestling match. It will be first down yardage if it is a catch. Will Likely was there, and it's a caught football, first down, an 11-yard reception by Eli Rogers.
Ohio, here we go. Hey, David, here we go. Good. 180. Listen.
Low snap to Lynch, to Latimer. Couple of yards there. What do you think of the approach overall, Sam?
Well, notice how quickly Lynch got back up to the line of scrimmage. They didn't want that play to even get a chance to be reviewed. Obviously, Dean Blandino, Vice President of Officiating for the XFL, they didn't want this play to be reviewed. So you get up on the line of scrimmage quickly, run a quick pass, and keep that play from being overturned.
So we are calling out NFL vets on this drive. Lynch, Latimer, Rogers, all with NFL time. Quick pass to Rogers, got a good block. Goes out of bounds, forced out by John Daka. Yeah, it's time to welcome in the VP of Officiating Rules with the XFL, Dean Blandino. Command Center
on that
in Van Nuys, California.
That previous play, we were looking to see if the ball hit the ground initially. It did not. It bounced up into the air. Then the receiver got control of it. Defender got his hands on it. But at that point, the receiver had completed the catch.
Dean, we appreciate it. Lynch flushed, directing traffic to Latimer. Picked off. Sean Davis with the interception in the end zone. No, they're saying catch.
Whoa.
They're saying touchdown. Wow. So obviously Orlando is saying we got it, touchdown. Houston saying it was the other way, and that is Latimer. Wow, this is going to be close.
We're going to take a look. Final ruling was a touchdown, correct? Correct.
West
Chris,
over here.
Stop game,
West.
stop game. Command center, stop game. We're going to take a further look at this. I'm on this near handheld right here. He was in the whole way. I just don't see enough of the ball at that point. What are you looking at? I'm looking at low end zone too. You see, yeah, he's got going to the high end zone. That's what I'm looking at. When he rolls over, the receiver has his right arm on it. At best, maybe it's simultaneous.
Dean, I'm not hearing anything from you.
Chris, we're looking at it. I'm looking to see if the defender had it first. The receiver ended up with the football. The ruling on the field was a touchdown, correct?
Yes.
See, when it first comes in, see, at that point, I can't tell. Does Blue have it right there? And then White gets it? I just don't see enough to change it. But let's look at, if we do have a touchdown, let's look at the other part. Is it in the end zone? That's the other part. Where would he be down? I'm going to go to my... See when he hits, I just can't see the ball. That low end zone with the knee, but I still can't find the ball. See right there. If it's but we don't know if he has control at that point. Yeah. Go ahead, run it. But does he have control at that point? That's the only thing. Chris, we're going to let it stand. There's just not enough evidence to make a definitive ruling here.
Standing, Dean.
Let it stand.
After review, the ruling on the field stands as called. Touchdown.
Wow. 10 play, 77-yard opening touchdown drive, but not without a little controversy, a bang-bang play.
A few plays where you saw the controversy. That's what we saw. Sean Davis, the cornerback, second-round pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2016. That play, unfortunately, did not go his way.
And so now it is time to take a look at the new extra point rules. You can go over a 1-point conversion from the 2-yard line, 2 points from the 5, 3 from the 10. We saw a lot of this 2-point conversion in the first game with Arlington and Las Vegas. Lynch rolling the pocket, thought about going to the left side, and he is brought down. Pressure on the play by Jack Heflin.
You saw some of that pass rush start to affect the quarterback on this play. There were some draws and some draws early in the game to help slow down the pass rush, but on this 2-point try, you saw the effect.
Taylor.
Thanks so much. Here with Cody Latimer. What did you feel? Did you think you got into the end zone on that one?
Yeah, I did. I mean, scramble drill, something we work on. Paxton let him do it up for grabs. And he trusted me, came down with it. I know once I got wrapped around him and got the ball, it wasn't coming out of my hands.
If someone would have told you 16 months ago when you were at a low point personally that you would be here, what would you have thought?
I wouldn't believe him. It's been quite a journey. It's been a blessing. I'm happy to be back out here with my guys and making plays still. I still got it, I guess.
Thanks so much for your time. Lowell?
Taylor, that one is for his wife, Jamie, his son, Jacoby, his daughter, Jaylee. They've all been wanting to see this opportunity for their dad. He's a changed person. He's a changed player.
And he talked about something changed, a few things. Number one, he said his daughter being born helped open up his eyes. But also the last few years, you're going to see this, the play right here. The last few years, he said being out of football and having a low point, obviously this play right here is a play really of determination and grit. They're both fighting for the ball. But Cody Lattimore is saying, hey, I have to make this play. I've got something on the line. Everyone does, but he's fighting for his family.
That's one of those tough plays, though, that we're going to be talking about all game long, because if it's ruled on the field as an interception, it's probably a completely different scenario. Let's check in with Fitz.
Hey, I'm here with Sean Davis. Sean, did you have it?
Man, I had it, man, but, you know, it's an offensive league, so I guess I got to get it cleaner next time. But it's all good. It's still early in the game. I'm good. I'm ready for next play.
Go get him.
Hey, so Sam, this opening drive, it was the guys with NFL experience. Cody Latimer, Sean Davis, both those guys were second-round picks. But I want to bring in Dean, because, Dean, if that is ruled initially as an interception, does it stay as an interception?
Absolutely. It was one of those plays that was just so close. And we were trying to find a good look of the ball, who had control. Was it Latimer? Was it the defender? And ultimately, they ruled it a catch for a touchdown on the field, and we've got to see it jump out. It's got to be clear and obvious to change it. Had they ruled it interception, we're staying with interception.
Wow, great to have that look and how the process works firsthand.
But the frustrating part about a call like that is that when you first look at it, you say, man, the defender had it. It was an interception. If they would have called it the other way, if the official would have been maybe at a different vantage point, it would have been a whole different game, a whole different call.
And we have an injury as Duke Ejiofor from Wake Forest is limping off the field. So we'll get an update with him. That's a great part of XFL. Everything is accessible. We have Ian, Taylor on the sidelines, and they will get those updates immediately, and a lot of times directly from the source. So here we go. Great play in the end zone with Latimer getting Orlando on the board. They failed on the 2-point conversion. So it's 6-0 Guardians. And here we go. For the first time, this gets into the dynamics of the kickoff rule. The
illegal kicking team. The ball will be placed 15 yards from the spot of the kick. First down.
So the ball must clear the 20-yard line in the air. If it doesn't, you have great field position up to the 45.
Correct. If the ball doesn't clear the 20, then the ball gets moved up 15 yards from the spot of the kick. And so kickers want to kick it past the 20. But on the other side, if you kick it out of the end zone and it's a normal touchback, then the offense will get the ball at the 35-yard line. And so you want to be able to kick it between the 20, but also have it where the returner can return the ball.
Trying to bring back the return to the game as much as possible.
Go.
So Brandon Silvers, former standout at Troy, directing the offense for the Roughnecks. Pressured there, and that is incomplete as he was looking for Patton with the pressure.
Brandon Silvers was we talked to his offensive coordinator, and his offensive coordinator continued to say, man, this guy's somewhat of a gunslinger. A.J. Smith said he's a gunslinger. You ask him, why'd he throw it here? Why'd you throw it there? Man, the guy was open. Let's see if he can make some open passes here.
His running back is Max Borgi. And that pass is on the money, finding Jonte Kirkland. Kirkland, the do-it-all from LSU. The man played receiver, played DB, played quarterback when he needed to.
In the Texas Bowl in 2022. He also won a national championship with LSU in that 2019 season.
Yeah, didn't get as many reps as he wanted, obviously at receiver with Chase and Jefferson there.
Right.
But the ultimate team player.
Go.
3rd and 5 for Silvers. Silvers with time, clean pocket right side, and really nice defense. That was broken up by Mike Lee.
And one thing to keep an eye on as you watch this Orlando Guardians defense, specifically watch the corners on the outside. Remember, Terrell Buckley is their head coach. He was the 5th overall pick in the draft. He coached a Mississippi State team in 2018 where the corners, the DBs, didn't allow 1 touchdown. And so he has an eye for how to defend passes, and he focuses on the little things, the technique, the fundamentals for his corners. That's why they don't give up a lot of big plays.
First punt of the night, Race Porter from UW on. Punting to Eli Rogers inside the 10. Rogers calling for the fair catch. He gets it. So we'll take over after the break. Orlando on the board first, and a big play by Cody Latimer, making the most of his shot.
We heard he was going to get a lot of early targets. Well, he made the most of them. 3 catches, 35 yards, 1 touchdown.
The XFL is brought to you by Progressive, the right call to protect your home and car. Welcome back to Houston. Logan Lindo here with Sam Acho, Ian Fitzsimmons, and Taylor McGregor. Orlando with the early 6-0 lead over Houston in the second game of the XFL season. This drive, going to have a chance to listen in to Robert Ford, the offensive coordinator for the Guardians, as he calls in the plays.
11. Okay, number 11. All right.
Robert Ford is at the very bottom of your screen. And it is a very simple approach to play calling in this offense, and we'll get into the reason why. 1st and 10 for Lynch. Another low snap. Sidearm pass to Latimer. Latimer to the sideline, 40 yards.
A11 Bulldog.
A.J. Hindy bringing him down. And at the 40-yard line, the Guardians set up.
can already see the connection between Paxton Lynch and Cody Lattimore. They played together in Denver. It was actually Cody Lattimore that told Paxton, hey, there may be an opportunity here in Orlando in the XFL with the Guardians that helped him come out to this league.
May have been a little recruiting going on. Lynch pressured and down for the first time. Trent Harris with his sack. Did that in the NFL with the Miami Dolphins. Had a strip sack against Andy Dalton and the Bengals back in 2019.
Yeah, he's 6'2", 247 out of Miami. He was an undrafted free agent in 2018 with the Patriots. He's played in the NFL before. He's explosive. He's one of the players that Wade Phillips said to keep an eye out for.
Loss of 5 on the play. Martin with the carry. He's been electric. Stiff arm, still up. Gets a block from Rodgers. Big collision at midfield. Emmanuel Ellerbe with the stop, but that's 12 more yards for Jermaine Martin.
The stats don't lie. Jermaine Martin, we talked about his height, 5'9", 215. But he averaged over nearly 8 yards per carry at North Carolina A&T. Had over 1,400 rushing yards, 22 rushing touchdowns. He's a big play machine.
The Guardians 3 for 3 on third down tonight. Back. Lynch out of the reach of Eli Rodgers. Lynch will stay out there.
Hey, dose right, red ball.
On a 4th and 3. Guardians going for it.
No. Here we go. Set on. 180. 180, set on. High.
And they're letting the play clock wind down. And they will take the delay. No, a timeout. Right before the delay.
Timeout, Orlando. Their first.
Part of the mindset in the XFL, the difference is when you punt, if the ball goes out of bounds inside of the 20 or 15-yard line, it comes all the way out to the 35. And so you're looking at field position. This might be a 15-yard change if you're at that position.
Hey, B. Dose right, gone right, double snap.
Well, sometimes you get the head coach talking a lot. Other times, they let the assistants do the talking. As was the case there with Terrell Buckley, former great in the NFL and at Florida State. 4th and 3 after the timeout. Guardians going for it. Lynch to the left side. It's going to be close. Stephen Guidry, the big target for Mississippi State. It looked like the catch was initially made right at the sticks, but then pushed backwards.
And it appeared as if he bobbled the
ruling
ball.
on the field is the receiver is short of the line to gain.
And that
First
catch
down,
wasn't
Houston.
officially made until he was behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, yeah. Roughnecks football near midfield when we return to H-Town. Moments ago, Orlando making the gutsy play call to go for it on 4th and 3 from midfield. But J.N.A. Harris was there and made the stop. Here's Taylor.
Coach, showing some aggressiveness earlier in your head coaching career. Why the decision to go for it there?
4th and 5, analytics said go for it. He catch it clean, we got a first down.
Thanks for your time. Lowell?
Sam, your thoughts?
I like the call. It was an aggressive call, but I think J.N.A. made a better play. Obviously, the bobble affected it, but the way you break on the ball may affect the receiver in order to keep him from getting that first down.
Second drive for the Roughnecks. Last time out, they got the ball at the Orlando 45 and went 3 and out. Quick carry to Max Borgi. And that is a versatile running back from Washington State that fits this offense perfectly. They've dubbed this, not the air raid, the Mike Leach offense, to pay homage to the late great coach.
And Borgi played for Mike Leach at Washington State. 41 total touchdowns, tied for a program lead. Had some time in the NFL as well.
Silvers, that was a bullet into the chest of Deontay Burnett. Some RPMs there, Sam.
People talk about it. You're driving on the ball. Of course, it's a good pass, but that's a better tackle.
Let's go. Trips left, red F will, Z snag. Trips left, red F will, Z snag.
That is the OC for the Roughnecks, A.J. Smith, who's here with P.J. Walker as a receivers coach.
Hey, easy,
in
easy.
2020.
Low tack swing. Low tack swing. Here we go. Ready, ready, go.
Houston trying to avoid back-to-back 3 and out. Silver's taking a shot. Receiver wide open and hauled in by Travell Harris.
We were talking with A.J. Smith yesterday, and he said, man, one of my favorite things to do, my favorite thing in football is the opening script, those first 15 or so plays. And he's right around that time in that script. The offense, it knows what's happening. The defense isn't prepared for it. He loves drawing up plays. That was a great one right there.
Go. Hut.
Borgi out of the backfield, makes a man miss. Tripped up, though, down to the 15. Balin Buchanan got just enough, but not before 12 yards.
You start to see that momentum shifting, and one thing we talked with Borgi again about, he finds the end zone. He understands this offense. It's air raid type of offense. He knows he's going to get a lot of balls out of the backfield. When in his mind, he says, okay, I have to make that man miss.
2019 led the bowl subdivision with 86 catches. That was the top for a bowl subdivision running back. Silvers looking for the end zone, overthrown. Tight coverage by Mike Lee.
He trips right, bucks.
Here we go. Trips right, bucks. On one, ready?
A lot of connections between coaches and players they are familiar and comfortable with. Smith has time coaching Silvers in spring football. Borgi, stiff arm. Big thud out at the 10-yard line. Matt Elam, a former Florida Gator and NFL vet, first-round pick, forces him out with a little something extra.
He wanted to bring the juice on that first-round pick for the Ravens in 2013. When you start getting in the red zone, the field gets a little bit more condensed. It can be a little bit more difficult to call plays offensively. Let's hear what they're calling.
Okay. Hey, check 15 to the left. 15.
Go. Hunt.
And to the left to Kirkland, back shoulder on the spot. Houston on the board.
One of the great things about the XFL, the differences between NFL and XFL, you heard that play call, that check come in very, very late. In the NFL, the coaches' mics get turned off with about 15 seconds left. XFL, they stay on all the way throughout. And so, offensive coordinator, you heard A.J. Smith make that check. You can have a lot more adjustments late in the down to give you an advantage for plays like that by Jontre Kirkland, 5'11", 192 receiver
Cole,
out of
got
LSU.
18 seconds. Send him out there. Denver Y Art.
So getting late here in the play clock, 8 seconds as Houston will go for the one-pointer. Cole McDonald in at quarterback. Oh, huge hit short of the goal line. And we will stay tied at 6. Mike Lee again getting into the mix. He's been a standout so far for the Orlando defense.
And we heard this. We heard in the red zone when there are going to be zone read opportunities, Cole McDonald will get in there. He received his first D1 offer from from Hawaii. He was in there, they didn't make it. But look at this back shoulder pass. We heard Wade Phillips say as well, great defenses are great, but the one thing that can stop a great defense is a perfectly executed pass or throw. We saw it right there.
Fitz, what do you got?
Jontre Kirkland, describe it, that touchdown play right there.
I should have hit the gritty.
Simple, Lowell.
To the point, Kirkland, you talk about a guy that it's hard not to pull for. A team player, goes to LSU. I mean, really gave himself up for that team. Wore so many hats in his career there. 2022, LSU needed a quarterback. He volunteered to do it because he was a high school quarterback. Actually threw the ball for 138 yards and 3 touchdowns in the bowl game against Kansas State. In the Fiesta Bowl at the end of the 2018 season, he moved from wide receiver to defensive back in the middle of the game. And Sam, there's not a lot of guys that can do that.
And you think about, specifically with Jontre Kirkland, or opportunities like this, you say, man, why did this guy in the NFL, why didn't he play more? We was playing behind Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. This guy was playing behind 2 of the best receivers currently in the NFL, and so that's why he's able to do it all. Now he's hoping for another chance.
Hey, Lowell, Sam, he also made the Arizona Cardinals practice squad. My brother Devin Fitzsimmons was the assistant special teams coach at Arizona, stood on the table for Kirkland to make that team. He did make the team, had a massive screw up as an undrafted free agent, got a DUI, and he told me biggest mistake of his career. He's learned from it, hadn't had a sip since. Now I would almost guarantee that man will be on an NFL roster.
Everybody just looking for a second chance, another shot to get to the NFL. As here is Kelvin Taylor, the son of longtime NFL standout Fred Taylor.
Twins right Cadillac.
Kelvin
Twins
himself,
right
a sixth-round pick
Twins right Cadillac.
by the Niners in 2016.
David. Here we go. Son. 180. Wait, son.
Back-to-back carries. Taylor found some daylight and takes it to the 45-yard line, a gain of 12.
Taylor played in the NFL from 2016 to 2018. Look at those double teams, specifically on the right side, right tackle and right guard. You see them making those doubles. You see the hurry-up offense as well. The defense is getting tired of giving up gashes. Offense can exploit it.
And back to Taylor. A few yards here, so we talked so much about the pass rush of the Houston defense. Right now, they're getting gashed on the ground. We've seen a very good start by Taylor and Martin.
We have, and you see Abdul Beecham, right tackle, Fred Lawina, right guard. Those guys are making plays out there.
Here we go.
Might be Igor Fase at guard specifically.
Andrew Jamil in motion. Lynch, sideline to Jamil on the spot, and he gets up and he gets an extra yard. So this goes back to the contact rules. This is the NFL rules when it comes to contact. It is the college rules when it comes to possession, just getting 1 foot down.
Correct. And so NFL, in the NFL, you have to be touched to be down. You're not touched, you get up and go. That specifically is the rule here. But when it comes to catch, no catch, just one body part, a foot, a hand, a knee. That's all you need.
Lynch is 8 of 10, gives it up to Taylor. Taylor with a good gain on first down.
Gotta make him honest.
Ball behind you. There you go, yeah! Get up! Yeah!
And the tough part about this tempo, the offense getting on the ball, not only is the defense tired, but they're not able to make any substitutions, so the same personnel group stays in.
Little movement there. And Lynch pointed it out, but it's the end of the first quarter. Couple of touchdowns, no extra points, 6-6. Guardians and Roughnecks. Opening weekend of the XFL. Off to an electric start here in Houston. We'll get to know all the teams. The XFL North, DC, Seattle, St. Louis, Vegas. And Sunday we got more action for you. St. Louis Battlehawks taking on the San Antonio Brahmas from the Alamo Dome. The Seattle Sea Dragons and DC Defenders round out the XFL opening weekend schedule on ABC, ESPN, and ESPN Plus. Logan Lindo here with Sam Acho, TD ECU Field in Houston, Texas. The Orlando Guardians struck first with a touchdown from Paxton Lynch to Cody Latimer, former teammates with the Denver Broncos. They're driving again, 2nd and 6, inside the 30. Lynch to Latimer. Jump ball, and Latimer almost did it again. Jordan Mosley broke it up.
Not only were they former teammates, they've also been former neighbors, and you see the trust between them. They said they were neighbors twice in Denver. I don't know if we're going to get a chance to see this, but there was a hit by the running back, Jermaine Martin, on the defensive end. He got burnt, put it that way.
David.
Third down.
Lynch, play action. Big hit immediately on Logan Carter, and that will bring up a 4th down. Jordan Mosley, a couple of standout plays on the back end of this drive.
Even if that pass is completed, it's still going to be short. Now we see Jose Borregales coming out. There's a little bit of pressure that did affect this play. That did hurt the play, but great pursuit on the back end by the Houston Roughnecks defenders.
Borregales lining up for the 40-yard field goal. This is the former Lou Groza Award winner for the best kicker in America back in 2020 with Miami. And he went 20 of 22 for this season. For the lead. Off the upright and no good. We will stay tied at 6. Wade Phillips fired up for the defensive stand.
That's a huge defensive stand, and unlike, or I guess like the NFL, this is still a 3-point field goal. There's no changes like the 1 or the 2 or the 3-point plays after a touchdown. Borregales obviously has NFL experience with that play. The game still being tied, it keeps you specifically in this game right now.
It's just crazy, though, what can happen with specialists when you advance the stage. I mean, if he's back at Miami, I mean, that's nails. It's good. But had issues with those kicks in preseason training camp with the NFL, with the Bucks, and struggle here. Silver's letting it fly. Deep shot, one-on-one coverage, and that's incomplete. Roman Tatum with the defense.
44-46. Come on. All right, give me tight. Red, F swing, Z Texas. Red, F swing, Z Texas. Scoot in just a little bit, Travell. Right there, beautiful. Aim right it to his inside shoulder there.
You hear how specific A.J. Smith is?
Z Texas, 4 seconds.
Go. Hut.
Silvers. Complete to Harris. 19 yards. A.J. Smith drew it up. Silvers executed it.
And Harris played in this offense as well. Went to Washington State, 5'7", 183. Had over 4,000 all-purpose yards at Washington State.
Send them.
Go. Hut.
Quick pass. Back to Harris. Harris makes a cut and gets a good gain of 6 yards.
Little firm.
Now we have a flag on the play.
Personal foul, illegal block below the waist, offense number 2. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Replay first down.
It's one of the new rules in the XFL that's different in the NFL is that you have a 5-yard buffer both ways for a low block. This option is past 5 yards.
Red Hellfire. Remember to peek the seeker. Peek the seeker if there's any type of pressure here.
So A.J. Smith, the offensive coordinator for Houston, starring mic'd up on this drive. His story is unreal. He is the receivers coach with Houston in 2020. COVID wipes out the season. So he decides to play quarterback in semi-professional football. Quick pass to Cedric Byrd. Byrd gets past beyond the original line of scrimmage. So Smith needs to get a helmet so he can play quarterback. So it goes back to his high school, Calvary Baptist in Shreveport, Louisiana. Asked to borrow a helmet. They're like, hey, why don't you be the offensive coordinator for us this season? He decides to do both. Play semi-pro, where he threw 3 touchdowns, and be the OC at his alma mater. They win the state championship. Silvers, Borghi. It's going to bring up a 3rd and manageable. So after that,
go spread right, purple.
He gets a phone call from General Booty. He's now the quarterback in Oklahoma, family friend. He's at San Jacinto Junior College. And the offensive coordinator has left the team a week before the start of the season. They call him up and says, hey, you want to be the OC here? He says, let's do it. Flag on the play. Taking a shot, and it's a one-handed catch. Burnett, end zone. If it stands, that's 6. How did he do it?
This is poetry in motion. You see, he has a free play.
Offside in the neutral zone at the snap. Defense number 36. The penalties decline. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Silvers knows he has a free play. Takes the one-on-one, takes the opportunity, and instead his receiver makes a play.
So it doesn't matter if it's Calvary Baptist, if it's San Jacinto, or if it's with the Houston Roughnecks. A.J. Smith is dialing up the winning plays in Silvers, and Burnett made it happen.
Burnett went to USC, spent some time with the Tennessee Titans, undrafted free agent 2018, 49ers, Jets, Eagles, making plays.
1-point conversion here as Cole McDonald checks back in the game. We saw him on the last conversion attempt. McDonald trying to muscle into the end zone, and he's going to be short.
The try is unsuccessful.
So still, we got 3 touchdowns, no extra point conversions on the board. But what a hookup here, Sam.
Free play, he knew he had it, and then obviously you see Deontay Burnett make a play, just like he did in the NFL. 15 catches in the NFL, got one here.
You're looking at the XFL ownership group that will give this league staying power. Jerry Cardinal, Dwayne Johnson, and the chairwoman and owner, Danny Garcia, has poured a lot into the rebranding, redevelopment of this league. Let's check in with Ian Fitzsimmons on the sideline.
I'm here with quarterback Brandon Silvers. Brandon, take us through that play. What'd you see?
Yeah, it was just a dummy call. It was no play at all. And they jumped off sides, and it was all vert. So that's what happened on that one.
Hell of a catch.
Oh, great catch. Great catch. I missed him on a post route earlier, so, I had to get it back to him.
Back to you, Lowell.
Fitz, thank you so much. So the kick team, return team, separated about 5 yards. They cannot leave their lines until the ball is caught. Rodgers makes the catch at the 15, and here we go, brought down around the 20-yard line. So you're looking at the score here, and it's a 12-6 game. You see the orange and the blue lines below the team names. Those are the timeouts remaining. The red line at the bottom is the challenge. Throughout the course of the game, both teams have one challenge. And Sam, what you gotta love about this, you can challenge anything. You can challenge penalties.
You can challenge any officiating decision, but you have to have a timeout, no matter if it's called or not called. You can challenge that play. It's somewhat of a secret weapon that a team can use throughout the game.
And the ruling made by Dean Blandino back in the XFL Command Center. And now it's California. A high snap this time. Lynch barely is able to hold on to it. He needed all of that 6'7" frame there.
Going back to that challenge, we're going to see the high snap. Going back to that challenge, the NFL has been trying to implement that rule. Bill Belichick has been talking to the competition committee, to the ownerships, about adding that one challenge. They haven't done it. Well, this partnership is allowing the NFL to watch the XFL to see how it works.
Taylor gets a couple of yards. It's going to set up a 3rd and forever for Lynch and the Guardians.
Another difference in the NFL versus XFL. Those tablets you see, you get live shots. So players are watching. Silvers is watching the play that he had before.
3rd and 19. Lynch over the middle. He's got Eli Rogers, but that will be well short of the line to gain. So clear punt situation here.
This is one major difference. Whether you're in college or the NFL, you have still shots, you have still frames. But here you can go back and watch tape. You can dissect it with your coaches. Players get it, coaches get it as well. And so it gives you another distinct advantage if you're able to access it.
And here is Johnny Townsend back to punt. He was excused from practice last Sunday for a good reason. He went to see his brother Tommy win the Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs.
False start. Offense number 48. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
So Johnny Townsend sharing that moment with his brother Tommy. Crazy thing is, they were both carried by the Chiefs at one point a couple of years ago. Tommy had COVID, so they called up Johnny to punt in his place. Punt is barely off. Likely cutting for the sideline to the 50 and down at the 42. Roughnecks with the ball and the lead, 12-6.
Run it! Run it! Run it! God dang it!
Touchdown! Get off of him! Yeah! Yes, sir! Yeah. Touchdown!
Dang it! Sack!
The all-access looks, all part of the XFL. Opening weekend here in Houston. Bob Stoops and Arlington, the first winners this season in the XFL. Thrilling game as they were able to hold off Las Vegas. Got a 12-6 game here in Houston. Roughnecks with the lead. 3 touchdowns, no extra points converted to this point.
Go.
Silvers flush from the pocket. They'll end up gaining a yard. But Jaquan Blakely was there with the pressure and stop. Let's check in with Taylor.
Quick injury update on Javaris Davis. He is out with a lower body injury. So Orlando thin at the cornerback position as their best corner, C.J. Holmes, did not play at all tonight as he is on injured reserve. So something to pay attention to, guys.
It looks like T-Buck could get out there and still cover some ground.
Well, thankfully, he has Shaq Wiggins, who he put out there, who's backing up Javaris Davis.
Silvers to a crosser. 6 yards to Travell Harris.
That's another difference in the XFL. You're going to see smaller roster sizes, 51, so everyone has to be ready.
All right, here we go. Give me blue, tight, blue F will X wall. Blue F will X wall.
Hey, blue F will X wall. Ready?
We're going forward too, right?
Okay. We're ready. 10 seconds.
Over the top, too. Go. Hut, hut.
Silvers, first down to Cedric Byrd. And you heard that exchange. Wade Phillips was ready to go for it on fourth down if they needed it.
He was ready to go for it. And even if that pass would have been short, you're ready to go. You see the hurry offense. Hurry up.
Yeah, good shit, boys. Let's have fun. Hey, stretch right up, red juke. On one, ready? Go, Garrett. Black. Go.
3D.
Hunt.
Silvers, Garrett opens, wide open, he bobbles it, and he drops a surefire touchdown.
A.J. Smith saw the coverage, he saw the rotation, he saw it was 3 deep, and so Garrett Owens had the vertical. That's how you beat that 3 deep. Unfortunately, he couldn't come down with the ball. Perfect pass, great read, took his eyes off the ball.
And a hit by Marcus Murphy at the end.
Go. Hunt.
Borghi. Nice burst. Match Borghi. End zone. Roughnecks do it again.
He's adding to that touchdown total. We heard about it. He tied the school record at Washington State. He had time in the NFL. We sat with him yesterday. He said every single one of us is out here to try and get back to that next level. He's proving it on plays like that.
27-yard touchdown. McDonald back in for the 1-point conversion from the 2-yard line.
Go, it's okay.
Incomplete, and we've yet to see a conversion made. 4 attempts. So Borghi used to scoring touchdowns, but he's playing for Leach, and Rolovich not used to caring for the touchdowns.
Vision, acceleration, anticipation, find the end zone.
Wade Phillips, the Roughnecks, starting to stretch it out here. 3.5-point favorite. Looking really good if you took the over. 18-6 lead for Houston.
The experience of Wade Phillips, you saw it with Bob Stoops earlier in the last game. That experience seems like it's paying off.
Fitzy.
Max, take us through that play. We've been doing it all of camp. Been doing that play my whole career. I mean, really, that's all my old linemen right there. Shout out them. They blocked it up nicely. I did the rest. Almost stiff arm one of my own linemen. I thought it was a defender. I almost hit him with the stiff arm, but then I was like, oh, he's wearing my jersey. But shout out them. We just got to keep working now. That Mike Leach offense still running. Yeah, you know it, baby.
There we go, Lowell. It's such great experience because he's played in both the Leach offense, and then when Nick Rolovich took over at Washington State, played in the run and shoot. And this really ultimately is a combination of those two offenses.
It is, and some people get confused. A.J. Smith said yesterday, he said, well, he certified the air raid offense. There's a certification that high school coaches can get. But this isn't necessarily the air raid. This is more of that run and shoot type of offense. You pass to set up the run.
I'm also trying to get a short thing. Here we go. Hey.
Martin brought down for a loss. Tim Ward there on the edge. Taylor.
Orlando's trying to get into a rhythm offensively. Paxton Lynch has been spending a ton of time with quarterbacks coach Shane Matthews on the sideline. I asked Coach Matthews what he's been saying, and he said, I want to make sure his reads are correct because a reminder, Lynch did not get to camp until January 30th, so he's only been with this team about 2.5 weeks. They want to make sure everybody's on the same page to try to get this offense going.
Trying to get it going there with a short reception by Charleston Rambo.
Lynch talked about how he's still learning everyone's names. He just got here a little over 2 weeks ago. A lot of players have been here since January training camp.
F. Rub Sneak. Bronco left, 585, F. Rub Sneak.
Here we go.
3rd and 9 after a hot start on the money down. Guardians have slowed down. The 3 of 6 here tonight. They've not converted on the last 3, and Lynch goes down. Roughnecks bringing the pressure and hitting home. Tim Ward, 2 big plays on the drive.
See the great get off, see the stab to the chop. Tim Ward had a huge play the play before. He's getting in a rhythm, getting in a groove. You saw that 6'6" frame stopping the run. He can also do it in the pass rush game.
Roughnecks with 2 players deep. And all out of sorts there by Will Likely.
One of the differences you'll see in the XFL, more punt returns.
Week 2 of the XFL season begins Thursday night with the Battlehawks taking on the Sea Dragons and continues Saturday with the DC Defenders and Vegas Vipers. Both of those games on FX. Plus Sunday, the Brahmas and Guardians are on ESPN at 4 Eastern, and the Renegades Roughnecks match up ESPN to 7 Eastern. All 4 games also available on ESPN Plus. Don't look now. Go. Brandon Silvers and the Roughnecks offense getting hot. And they stay that way. Sideline reception by Kirkland. And the Bayou Bengal himself
turbo,
with 15.
turbo. YX-Uno. YX-Uno.
Here we go.
Ferrari.
Here we go. YX-Uno on 1. Ready? White.
Ferrari. Sounds fun, Sam.
Sounds fast.
Go. Hut.
Silvers. Sideline, got a man, outstretched arms, and it is a catch. Kirkland again.
We talk about this league of opportunities, 32-yard game. Jontre Kirkland is showing the opportunity that he didn't get at LSU, showing it here.
Roughnecks going up tempo. Dejon Lee gets a handful.
Even in the XFL, you said them obviously get 1 knee down. That's part of the rule, but you saw the hurry up. You don't want anyone to challenge it, any questions. But way to get 1 knee down, XFL rule, that's a catch.
Go. Hut.
Silvers, the bullet, broke it up. And Terrence Smith fired up after that PBU.
This is a time as a defense, you've seen the offense make a few big plays. Someone on the defense has to make a decision to make a big play. And sometimes it's just doing your technique or seeing that ball up in the air.
River, 1, push. On 1, ready? Go. Hut.
Bubble screen, nowhere to go. Burnett was swallowed up by that Guardians defense. And that will bring out the kick team for Houston. And we got the 2-minute warning. When we return, field goal opportunity for Houston. Please help people in the areas affected by the Turkey earthquake, including Turkey and Syria, by visiting redcross.org/ESPN to help the Red Cross respond. Laura Galindo here with Sam Acho.
Number 70, number 55, and number 64 of the offense are reporting as eligible.
Here's the story, Sam.
70, 64,
18
55.
unanswered by the Roughnecks.
Yeah, a tale of 2 quarters, but a tale of one offense clicking and one offense not.
33-yard attempt here by former UTSA Roadrunner Hunter Duplessis. That's up and through. And the Roughnecks stretching it out 21-6 here over Orlando.
And now that we're in this 2-minute warning, The last 2 minutes are going to be different than what we saw in the first part of the game. Last 2 minutes is going to be like you see in the college rules. First downs, the clock will stop. It'll start on the ready to play. Out of bounds, the clock will stop. We haven't seen that in the first part of the game.
So Orlando needs something going into the break. How do they get this offense back on track? Looked great in the opening drive.
They did, and you got to go back to your star players. You got to go back to guys like Cody Lattimore, who has that type of relationship with Paxton Lynch. There were a couple negative plays. You saw a tackle for loss. You saw a bad snap. Eliminate the negative plays. It's still a 2-possession game, even in regular rules or even the XFL rules with a 2 or 3 or 1-point play. 2-possession game, 1 play at a time.
Roman Tatum, the returner. Again, neither team can leave the 30 or the 35 until the catch is made. And Tatum with a short gain, shy of the 25-yard line. So 1:51 left in the first half. What will Robert Ford and Terrell Buckley dial up? The defense is cranking up for Houston.
You see Trent Harris was just patting it up and under, did this in the NFL. You're going to see defenders setting the edge. That's Tim Ward playing the run as well. Long arm, 6'6". And you see the get off, stab, club. All you would like to do is to try and get that sack fumble to change the game even more. But the momentum is starting to shift. It started really at the end of that first quarter.
How can Paxton Lynch get Cody Lattimore back involved? Lattimore with 4 catches, 62 yards, and a touchdown on the opening drive. He's in motion. And Lynch has no shot. Lynch is brought down to the 15. Trent Harris.
It's a beautiful thing to have a great feel for where the quarterback is. Most players, you see them rush up the field. You watch the tape on Trent Harris here or in the NFL. A lot of his pass rush wins were up and then under. You see a chip and a spin in this play. You have to have a great feel of where the quarterback is going to be and his launch point.
Hey, Gabby,
Guardians playing it safe with Martin. He's going to set up a 3rd and long.
Another thing we heard from Wade Phillips as we talked with him, he said the hardest thing to find in leagues like this are offensive linemen.
It's fine.
Dose right, 60 draw. Dose right, 60 draw.
There you go, 60 draw. Hey, Gabby.
And there is the draw to Martin. And the Houston defense bowing up, looking dominant, as we've come to know from a group coached by Wade Phillips. And this crowd is getting involved as well.
Timeout, Houston. Their first of the half. 30 seconds.
You could tell that Wade Phillips knew it was going to be a draw because of the game that he called. It was a pass rush stunt in so many ways. That's a play to stop a draw. Tackle goes upfield, end comes under on one side, the end goes under one side, the tackle loops around. That play is meant specifically to stop a draw. He knew it was coming. And he mentioned this. He said, some of these guys you see making these plays, I'm surprised they're not in the NFL.
Yeah, it said, it's my job to get them there, and is confident that he can. I mean, you look at the resume, I'd be confident too if I was playing for Wade Phillips. 37 seasons coaching in the NFL. He's been a head coach with the Bills, Broncos, and the Cowboys, and one of the best defensive coordinators all time. He's also got the Super Bowl title with the Denver Broncos. He's a head coach and general manager here. He's looking for a very specific type of player, and he's finding them.
He is. He talked about early success that he had in his other spots, whether it was in Denver, winning a Super Bowl, in Houston, winning the division. He's got some early success here in the XFL.
And that ball will be downed at the 49-yard line. So we've got 26 seconds and 2 timeouts to work with for this Houston offense. The clock will stop with an incompletion for a play out of bounds. First down, it will pause until the ball is set. This will have the college feel in terms of timing in the final 2 minutes. Backside pressure on Silvers. Trying to get free. He will not. Tracked down by the former Longhorn, Jacoby Jones.
Jacoby Jones.
They're second and a half. 30 seconds.
When undrafted out of Texas, you see the effort. Some sacks are coverage sacks. I'd count that one as that.
Switch. Blue, Z switch.
So what do you do now?
We got a
18 seconds, second and 13.
A.J. Smith has been an aggressive play caller. You always have the momentum. There's a timeout here.
Really get
Let's hear what Silvers is
2
saying.
yards inside the hash. And if it's zone and you can't got defender on the hash, hook it up and do not drift. All right, so blue, Z switch. Brandon 2, make sure if it's 3 deep, see front side, back side, front side. If they whatchamacallit, give you 3 deep.
Here we go. Blue, Z switch. On, ready?
Make sense of that for us,
Watch
Sam.
out for this invert cover
part
too.
of it
Win
is-
with speed. Win with speed.
You heard him talking about win with speed. So that's early on. You have to win as a receiver with speed.
Silvers over the middle. Short and nearly intercepted by Terrence Smith. He was looking for Burnett, and that ball was underthrown.
With 13 seconds left, go spread right, Detroit. Spread right, Detroit. If we get the first down, timeout.
Red right, Detroit. On, ready? Detroit.
Say, Slotch, try to go get to the safety. Run like hell.
Go. Hut.
Horgy. And that is going to bring up a 4th down and bring us to the end of the first half. As the XFL has made its return to Houston, and the Roughnecks, they keep rolling. 21-6 lead for Wade Phillips and his crew. I'll tell you what, Brandon Silvers has been electric. What stands out the most from what you've seen in the first half, Sam?
It's that offense. It's A.J. Smith. It's Brandon Silvers. It's Kirkland. It's the offense is clicking. And the Guardians haven't been able to find an answer. We've seen the Roughnecks have an answer defensively, stopping the Guardians' early push, but it seems like there's nothing going so far on the defense to slow down the offensive attack of the Houston Roughnecks.
And it was Orlando with the first 6 points. Houston has come back with 21 straight. When we come back, we're going to be inside the locker room, rolling with the cameras up, the audio cranked up. Don't want to miss this. It's halftime coming up. XFL in Houston. Roughnecks with the lead over Orlando as Brandon Silvers putting on a show. Even when it wasn't scripted, it was good. Case in point, that Deontay Burnett touchdown, all H-Town.
Yeah, okay.
There she is.
There she is.
All right.
All right, Coach.
All right.
All right. Here we go. What a...
Got him, yes.
Welcome back to Houston. It is the Roughnecks with a 21-6 lead over Orlando. Loa Galindo here with Sam Acho. Man, Orlando looked great right out of the gate. Paxton Lynch, he was feeding it. He found his man, Cody Latimer. We had that contested catch right off the bat. But then after that, Houston got back into the game, and it's been all Roughnecks.
Well, and we've seen the first quarter adjustments. Talk about that tablet where offenses and defenses now can actually see what the other opponent is doing. We saw Brian Stewart, defensive coordinator for the Houston Roughnecks, make adjustments to stop the Guardians from making plays. We haven't seen that reciprocated on the other side. That's been the difference in this 21-point swing.
That's why this half is going to be so interesting. What adjustments are going to be made? We know Houston is in the position they want to be. They've opened up the early lead. For Orlando, though, Coach Buckley is going to have to make some moves because at this point they're getting run out of this stadium because Houston is on quite a run. I don't know what the moves are that he makes, but you know this is all about what happens now.
It's all about what you say at halftime in the locker room. Wade Phillips' experience. He said he's been in those locker rooms before. Where Terrell Buckley, he has to make some quick adjustments.
Let's check in the Houston locker room.
Backers, you're going to have to be closer to the box instead of apex. All right? And then my footwork is in the box, and then I'm kind of going to have to step, slide, and look in the box. That way, if it's run, you got it. If it's pass, you can help us on 3. We all good with that?
I'll tell you one thing we couldn't.
That's what we need to do. Hey, bunch versus man. Bunch versus man. Hold on now. Hey, bunch versus man. We're sticking with lock combo. Is there issue? Okay, hey, if it's 12 personnel and it's bunch and I call lock or Sam Will, corners stay left and right, let's zebra that. You got me? Let's zebra that. We all good? Bunch versus bunch. As well, you know, Vice is the same thing, but we got to get, they're giving us bunch. They're not giving us the 2x2 as much as they're giving us that bunch, especially with the 2 tight ends right there. All right, we all good? Hey, keep it up, but remember, games are won in the second half. Games are won in the second half. So we're up. So what? Games are won in the second half. We're going to have to crank it up. Everything's up, all right? Instead of some of the 3 and some of the 4 that I've been running, G4 is going to be G3 weak. Can we handle that? All right? Hey, give them the same look, get the same check to the runs, and then we'll be right in there. We'll spin right in there. All right? All right. Hey, get a good break. We got to finish strong now. We started fast. Let's finish strong. Hey, we got to go. We got to go.
And that is Brian Stewart, the defensive coordinator for the Houston Roughnecks, saying the game is won in the second half. That's awesome. You don't get that look anywhere else. That's real-time live.
And that's what happens in college locker rooms, NFL locker rooms, and XFL locker rooms. There's usually 1, 2, or maybe 3 formations that you have to adjust to. Those are the formations that the offense has been working on. You haven't made the proper adjustments. Whether you're down or up, it doesn't matter. You talked about the bunch. You talked about saying like people, saying corners. You stay on the corners. Linebackers, receivers. Linebackers, you stay on the tight ends. Let's not try and switch those. Let's stay on our like bodies to keep the matchups the way we want them.
It's been a slow burn with this Houston defense. We were wondering, where was that pass rush right off the bat when Paxton Lynch drove the length of the field for the opening touchdown? Well, I can tell you this much. It's firing in full effect right now. Houston in control, 21-6. Welcome back to Houston. Let's check out our first half stats brought to you by Progressive. And it's been all Houston here. Total yards, 234 to 172. Time of possession, they haven't needed the football to score.
They're scoring so quickly it doesn't matter. It's the points, not the time of possession.
21 unanswered by the Roughnecks. And since that opening Tim Play 77-yard touchdown drive by Orlando, they've got 95 yards on 21 plays since. Have not scored. There's Paxton Lynch, looked good early. What does he have to do to get it back?
It can't just be a pass-heavy game. It's got to still rely on that run like I think their offensive coordinator is going to do. But sooner or later, some of the receivers are going to have to make a play, especially some of the deep shots that we heard their OC said they're going to take.
Brandon Silvers, he looks locked in. 15 to 22, 194 yards and 2 touchdowns. So the home team gets to make the call, receive or defer. Wade Phillips, head coach of the home team, wanted to play defense first. So second half, here we go. Dejon Lee fields it off the bounce. And Lee has some wiggle room up to the 35-yard line. So solid field position to start for Houston.
Hey, Red, on one, ready? Go. Hut.
Silvers, complete to Burnett.
Give me this. Give me trips left, Brown, X go. Hum to trips left, Brown, X go.
Hey, Brown, X go. On one, ready?
Oh, it's second down 3.
Looks like 3 deep. Be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hut.
Silvers, the Borgie ball comes out. That was a heck of a play by Borgie there. Picked up a
Is this
block,
first down or no?
got back up to roll out.
I don't have a backup because he has to switch helmets.
My fuck. I could hear it. Hey, red check 14 on one, ready?
Red check 14.
Take it down. Go. Hut.
A shot overthrown for Harris. Terrence Smith in coverage.
Yeah, Brandon Silver's guys just had to switch helmets because the microphone or the earpiece in his other helmet was out.
You saw it's going to be a 3 deep. Well, of course, the quarterback is hearing the offensive coordinator, but when that ball is snapped, you have to be able to adjust on the fly.
Hold on, ready? Go, Garrett. Go. Hut.
Silvers underneath. Ben Putnam. It's 8 yards.
You just feel the control. Like you talked about what needs to happen at halftime. An adjustment on the defense and turnovers, what defenders say.
Z corner, on one, ready? F5, yeah. Army. F5, let's go. Go. Hut.
Silver's looking for the first down. He's got it. Burnett has been the go-to guy as his game has progressed.
Talking with defensive coordinator Tony Carter at half, he said the biggest key for them is to stop those explosive plays. They want to see the pass defended better. They felt like they did a really good job stopping the run, but the focus is to defend the pass a little bit better here.
Taylor, thank you for the update. Backside pressure, Silvers is sacked. Stanley Mapanga, you know this game means everything to him. We told you at the top of the broadcast, tears flowing yesterday when he talked about this opportunity.
And he's played in the NFL before. He's one of the leaders of this team, one of the older veterans from this team. They talked about him as being one of the edge rushers. That's a play we have to get the sack, but also get the ball.
26 games in the NFL in his career, 31 years old.
Go. Hut.
Borgie, oh my goodness. You can hear the thud up here as Nick Coe made the loud statement.
Cutter. Red X cutter.
Here we go. Y'all good? Hey, y'all can hear? Hey, red X cutter. On one, ready? X cutter.
Third down.
Let's go, baby.
Run like hell. You're probably not going to get a score angle, John Trey.
Go. Hut.
Picked off. Right into the hands of Elam. Matt Elam, the former first-round pick by the Baltimore Ravens, picks off Brandon Silvers.
And one thing you love about Matt Elam, his eyes. So he recognizes the route. His eyes are back on the quarterback. He has underneath leverage. And that's the play you need to change the game. Matt Elam, first-round pick, 2013, Baltimore Ravens, has outside leverage. Eyes are back inside. Actually playing safety, picks it off. Easy.
Matt Elam was begging for another opportunity. He just got it, giving Orlando some juice. INT moments ago. Here he is with Taylor.
Thank you. How did you know the ball was going there?
A great call by TC. Double robber, get the safeties on it at the sticks. And I guess the quarterback didn't know I was coming down. But I need to make a shout out though. Happy birthday, big sis. Baby girl, Halo, that's for you. One to my all. I love y'all. Thank you.
Well, there you go, Lowell.
Taylor, thank you.
Here we go. Sit down. 180. Wait.
Lynch filling the rush. And he's able to find the security blanket, Cody Latimer.
11, bunch left, scat left, China. Bunch left, scat left, China.
Scat left, China. Hey, bunch left, scat China, all 1-on-1. Scat left, China. Here we go. Sit down. 180. Like that.
Lynch brought down. 4th sack tonight by the Roughnecks.
Look at the pressure by DC Brian Stewart. They were playing man-to-man on the back end. The pressure got to him. It's Harris again making a play.
11, 11,
That's 3
11.
for Trent Harris.
Jet 4. Jet 4. Jet 4. Jet 4.
Here we go, here we go. Sit down. 180. Like that.
Lynch taking a shot out of the hands of Stephen Guidry. It's his 2nd time tonight. It's in a costly bobble. Likely at his 20. Makes 1-man miss. And Houston will take over at the 30. Fitz.
Hey, Lo, I'm here with Trent Harris. That's your 3rd sack tonight. What's it like playing in this Phillips 3-4 defense?
Oh, it's fun, man. He's all about see ball, get ball. Let you play a little loose and play fast.
Describe that last one.
Oh, that was a great play call by the coach. I had a stunt, went inside, and came open.
Keep it going.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Wade Phillips talked about pass rushers giving him more freedom. That's Harris, 3 sacks, freedom to make plays.
Go. Hut.
Borghi up the middle. Slips a couple of tackles. Nice final effort to get an extra few.
All right, over, invert. Here we go. Blue, F will. Over, invert, 3 stay. This shit ain't working.
Go. Hut.
Orlando responds with a sack. Jacoby Jones with his 2nd.
Road runner in the game.
Taylor.
Thanks. Here with Paxton Lynch. You're watching some film here on the sideline. What are you watching?
Just watching our previous drive. You know, we got opportunities. We just got to make them.
They're getting pressure on you. What are you seeing in those situations?
Yeah, we're just, you know, we're just getting heated up a little bit, and we just got to protect a little bit better. We got plays where one guy's not doing their job, and then it messes up the entire play. So we all just got to lock it in and eliminate the mistakes and make the plays we know we can make.
Appreciate it. Lowell?
Silver's flushed on the run and out of bounds. That will set up a punt.
See Jacoby Jones getting pressure. He had the sack before, the pressure on that play. Tony Carter, defensive coordinator, is trying to find ways to change the looks for the Roughnecks offense.
Porter gets the punt off. Rogers from the 35. Orlando with a nice defensive stop. Trying to get back into this one. Another shot for Lynch after the break. We've got more XFL action tomorrow as the St. Louis Battlehawks take on the San Antonio Brahmas, and the Seattle Sea Dragons and DC Defenders go at it to round out the XFL opening weekend schedule on ABC, ESPN, and ESPN+. Here's Fitz with Wade Phillips.
The importance, Coach, of getting a stop on this possession right now.
Yeah, it's a big series. We stopped them first series, and we need to do it again. Try to get field position back.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Good field position here for Paxton Lynch and the Guardians offense.
Here we go. Tonight. 180.
Lynch with pressure from up the middle. Finds Guidry. And Devontae Beckett makes a hit.
Sooner or later, you got to take a shot downfield to open up this defense. They're just able to get after the quarterback too easily.
Keep too high look. G3 weak. Too high look.
Here we go. Tonight. 180. Wait, set.
Nice pitch and catch to Charleston Rambo.
Snoopy one. Snoopy one.
4 yards,
Snoopy one.
First down, it's third down.
Here we go. Tonight.
Lynch under center.
Wait, set.
Throwing on the run. Big hit delivered by A.J. Hindy. And the Roughnecks defense will set up a fourth down.
Great call by Brian Stewart. Snoopy sounds like dog one. You see guys on the outside keeping contained. Hindy's making the play.
Logan Carter comes down 2 yards shy.
Dijo. Come on, Beckett. I need you to lock and load, baby.
Here we go.
Pass.
Lynch broken up. Harris does it again. For the second time on fourth down, a J.N.A. Harris comes up with a huge breakup.
Well, in this defense, you know corners are going to play man-to-man or quarters. That's what Brian Stewart said. We're in man, we're in quarters. They sprinkled in some 3 deep. But the corners have to be able to make one-on-one plays. That's what a J.N.A. Harris has done multiple times this game.
Go.
Silvers picked off. Murphy takes it to the 40, and is that the momentum changer the Guardians need?
You have to fight a huge play, but after this play, turn that defense to offense. Offense has to find a way to get into the end zone. Unbelievable play by Murphy. Depth matters. Notice some rerouting and get depth. That's what they teach. The more depth you get, the harder it is to make those passes over the defender.
And how about that? It's Murphy, who played for Mike Leach at Mississippi State, intercepting a ball out of the Mike Leach offense.
Maybe he understands this offense better than we all anticipated.
Here we go. Tonight. 180. Wait, sir.
Back-to-back interceptions. Yes. Beckett with some blockers to the 40. Sideline. Flag is down, but Beckett is going to take it to the house. 72 yards.
Brian Stewart highlighted Tavante Beckett yesterday in our meetings. He said, hey, I'm excited about him. He's really excited about him.
Personal foul, illegal block below the waist, intercepting team number 47. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's 1st and 10.
So that foul committed by Chauncey Rivers, wiping out the touchdown. What happened here, Sam?
Tavante Beckett reading the quarterback's eyes, dropping back in the zone. And then here's the little thing that you didn't see on the play before. He gets into the end zone. Yes, there was a block below the waist. It's illegal. But this is what happens. This is how teams change momentum. Turnovers into points.
Played 4 games for the Lions in 2021. Dan Campbell said there's no limitations to him. He can sniff out the football. The guy can play. Silvers, quick pass, handful. Let's check in with Dean Blandino, VP of Officiating Rules for the XFL. What did you see on that penalty, Dean?
Yeah, after a change of possession, neither team can go low, and there was a Houston player during the return that went low to block that Orlando player. So again, after the change during the return, you've got to stay above the waist, so that's what the officials called there.
Thank you, Dean. Another quick strike to Kirkland. Fitz, what do you got?
Hey, Beckett, describe what you just saw and how you got that pick.
Honestly, just the same thing I've been doing since I was a kid, reading the quarterback. As soon as he let his hand go off the ball, I'm breaking on it too. I'm a receiver in that position too, you feel me?
Brian Stewart told us your defensive coordinator, you like to talk a lot of noise. How much you talking out there?
It's game day, so I tone it down, try to be humble, respect the game, but at practice, I'm all mouth. You know what I'm saying? I want to get after it, make my teammates better, and it's the only way you can do that is compete.
Appreciate you, 11.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Defense number 56 causing the offense to false start. The 5-yard penalty results in 1st and 10.
That's against Papaga.
Oh, my God.
So 1st down for Silvers and Houston.
Go.
The moves. Staying up is Lee.
Hey, alert the shot. Alert the shot. All right, alert the shot. We're going over to invert. Over to invert. Over to invert.
Go.
Back to Lee. Keep us moving the pile, and we'll set up a 3rd and short. Got a great Sunday afternoon of college basketball. Doubleheader on ESPN and the app. We start with 23rd ranked North Carolina State taking on North Carolina at 1 Eastern. And then we got 2nd ranked Houston hosting Memphis Tigers on Joe Lunardi's bubble. So a big one there. Catch it on ESPN and the app. Lower Galindo here with Sam Ocho on the campus of the University of Houston, home of the Roughnecks. Borgie reverses field. And that will set up a 4th down. Buchanan and Papaga were there for the stop.
Hey, y'all, not you, 23.
So punt team is out.
Man. 46 race quarter to punt.
Wade Phillips, the veteran. Terrell Buckley, his first shot as a head coach. Short kick. Rogers calling for the fair catch at the 22. So the Guardians have had great field position, haven't been able to make anything happen offensively. Now they're backed up and the pressure's on.
And we heard their offensive coordinator yesterday say, we're going to take 7 to 8 shots in a game. We haven't seen too many of those shots. We saw a couple early. We need to see a few more here.
Okay. Hey, we need that. We need them. We need some help. Seize.
New quarterback for Orlando, Quentin Dormady, out of Central Michigan, checks in for the first time. Pressure and immediately sacked. Tim Ward. Ward has 2, Harris has 3.
Get off, hands, and a different offensive tackle. All those 3 things help. Sunday Dane got beat on the left edge.
Dormady started his career in Tennessee. Transferred right here to Houston, but was behind Eric King. Finished out his career at Central Michigan. Or took the Chippewas to the MAC title game. Ryan Becker. Here's Taylor.
Terrell Buckley telling us yesterday that he wants to get the backup quarterback involved. We did not know if it was going to be DeAndre Francois or Quentin Dormady, but then I found out today at game time that they decided to go with Dormady today, and Francois will play next week. So it's really important, as I mentioned, for him to get all the quarterbacks evolved as the year goes on.
Francois inactive for this one. Check down pass. Becker taken out at the 25-yard line by Jordan Mosley. And that will take us down to the end of the third quarter. Desperation time now for Orlando. 21 unanswered by the Roughnecks here in Houston. Let's take a look at tonight's game flow, brought to you by Progressive. Sam.
Those edge rushers are getting after the quarterback. You see Trent Harris, he has 3 sacks. Up and under has worked very, very well. You see Tim Ward on the other side. He has 2 sacks, 5 total sacks and interception. He's counting them. 1, 2, 3. Brian Stewart has done a great job. Obviously, he had a time at Maryland, but he's forming this defense the way that he wants it. Getting to Vontae Beckett, slowing down in his progressions as a defender, watching the quarterback and making a pick 6 called back.
I counted 15 goes from Wade Phillips.
One thing he said, I want to have a lot of sacks and hopefully some big plays. Those are the 2 things that he wanted from his team.
That's really defined this game. Townsend to punt it away. The dangerous likely at the 35.
And if you wonder why it's taken so long for some of the gunners to get down there, well, the new rule in the XFL is that no one can be 1 yard past the line of scrimmage when the ball is punted. It's different in the NFL. The gunners can. In college, everyone can, but that's why we're encouraging returns in the XFL.
Hey, trips left, Brown, blast. On, ready?
Brandon Silver is calling in the play. Max Borghi to his right. To the flat. Incomplete for a couple of yards to Harris.
Blue F-wheel X snag. Get ready for a blend call, which means go on the move. Do not stutter, go. Brandon, make sure you check. Trips right, X snag, blue F-wheel. Dog right side. Hey, blend call this. Blend call this. Make sure the wheel's not uncovered, then blend call it.
Hey, Blend it, blend it. Go. Hut.
Out of the backfield, DeBorgi. And brought down, and not after getting into Orlando territory.
Give me red 14. Red check 14. Read that flat defender.
Hey, red check 14. On, ready? Check now.
Watch the
Big
two
drive
high,
for that
cover
total.
two set, cover two set, inside the outside.
Hut.
Silvers, wide open receiver. He's got Burnett. Burnett to the 30.
Okay, give it to me.
Take your time, take your time.
Give me Broncos stare, wide dose. Broncos stare, wide dose, okay? If it's cover 3 and we clean the flat defender, be ready to hit the seam. Cover 1, throw the touchdown. Just read the corner, read the corner.
Go. Hut.
Back to Burnett.
There it is, good.
Burnett 2 yards shy of the first down.
Hey, give me this. Give me, let's go Mayday with it, Mayday. Same thing.
Hey, Broncos there. On, ready?
Broncos there, wide dose. Possible bender if they stay too high.
Go. Hut.
To Lee. The carry inside the red zone.
It's looking like cover 2. It's looking like cover 2. So let's go blue check. Okay, blue check Z cutter.
Here we go. Blue check Z cutter. On, ready?
Run like hell.
Blue
Run
check,
like
Z
hell.
cutter.
If it's single, we got the slot fade here.
Go. Hut.
Going through the progressions and checking down. A nice stud there.
All right, here we go.
By Murphy.
I saw that. Okay, give me this. Give me a low check swing, H wheel mesh. X got the post, stick it high.
Hey, low check swing.
Trio left.
On, ready?
An inside look and listen at Houston's Mike Leach offense at work. Silvers was looking for Burnett.
Got the one-on-one. All right, here we go. Okay, give me low check swing, X slide. Low check swing, trips left. Low check swing, X slide. Line up so we can check it.
Low check swing. On, ready?
Okay. GTFO.
Go.
Silvers over the middle, broken up. Tremaine Washington with a PBU.
You're hearing A.J. Smith call out some of the coverages beforehand. This is a great play, a great PBU. But one thing that's going to have to happen in this version of the XFL is that defensive coordinators are going to have their safeties hold their coverages, hold their looks, whether it's a two-shell, hold it longer so that the offensive coordinators are able to make those adjustments on the fly. That has to happen for defenses to be successful.
Duplessis, 33 yards. And his second field goal of the night. 24-6, Houston leads Orlando. Catch episode 2 of the XFL docuseries Player 54, Chasing the XFL Dream, on Thursday at 5 Eastern on ESPN2. Available to stream immediately on ESPN+. Directed by Peter Berg, this 9-part docuseries chronicles the creation of the XFL under new ownership and provides an all-access look at all 8 teams. We've seen chairwoman and owner Danny Garcia, Dwayne Johnson, co-owner, as well as Jerry Cardinal from Redbird Capital. The opening 2 games of the XFL season. Coverage teams cannot move until the ball is caught. And it is by Tatum and taken to the 25. Taylor.
Thanks, Sierra defensive coordinator Tony Carter. Not allowed a touchdown in the second half. What's worked?
The guys are playing a lot harder. We forced a few turnovers. All right, I wish we could have scored on one of them to get some points on the board, but they're still playing hard. All right, it's a 2-score game with these 1, 2, and 3-point plays. All right, so we're just trying to stay poised and keep them going.
Appreciate your time. Stay poised, Lowell.
Doing our best, Taylor. Back up here in the booth with Sam Acho. And that is Dormady hooking up with Charleston Rambo.
2 things stood out. He talked about 2-score game, 18 points, but in this XFL, it's a 2-score game. And then secondly, turning defense into offense. Yes, turn the ball over, but score, score, score.
It's the game within the game. We're looking at the total, 34 points. This drive is critical for that. Almost picked off. It was simply dropped by Sean Davis. Right in the breadbasket by Dormady.
We need 11, 11, 11, 11.
That's a man that picked off Eli Manning when he was playing for the Steelers. Huge 3rd down here for Orlando. To Martin, full steam ahead.
On the ball, on the ball, on the
Martin
ball. Dose right,
picks up the first down.
Florida. Florida, Florida, Florida.
Dormady to a sliding Rambo. Week 2 of the XFL season begins Thursday night with the Battlehawks taking on the Sea Dragons and continues Saturday with the DC Defenders and Vegas Vipers. Both of those games on FX. Plus Sunday, the Brahmas and Guardians are on ESPN at 4 Eastern and the Renegades and Roughnecks ESPN2 at 7 Eastern. All 4 games also available on ESPN Plus. Dump down pass to Martin.
Here we go. Dose right, Bison right.
G-back grab 1, G-back grab 1, G-back grab 1, G-back grab 1.
Has to be 4-down territory for the Guardians. They will not need it right here as Martin gets the first down for Orlando.
4, G4, 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 G4. No, we didn't. We didn't have enough. G4, G4.
Dormady facing some pressure. He's got Rodgers.
Beckett, you got to help me, man. You got to help me. G4, G4 now. Let's go. You know what they're doing. Will, make
What's
him
that
go
call for help about with
you.
Beckett?
Make him go over top of you.
He's going too fast.
Rodgers at the 30, out of 1 tackle. And the Guardians are cooking. We got a flag down behind the line of scrimmage.
Illegal hands to the face, offense number 77, 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
As an inside linebacker, defense coordinator Brian Stewart is saying, hey, Tavante, you have to make that inside receiver go over the top of you to give time for the safety. You can't let him go underneath and have those easy, quick completions. That's a game slowing down that he was hoping that Tavante Beckett could improve on. Just playing a little bit slower, forcing the inside receiver over top.
G, 3 weak, G, 3 weak, G, 3 weak, G, 3 weak.
Dormady lofts it. He's got an open receiver, and it is Andrew Jamil. Guardians strike back 51 yards.
5'11", 175 out of Stonehill College. And we talked about it. It's 18 points, but it's still a 2-score game. That was the one play you needed to make this back into a game.
And you're happy if you took the over. You were doing backflips right now.
The ball's back at the 10-yard line, so now they're going for the 3-point conversion to get this back into a 1-score game.
First time that we have seen a 3-point conversion in either game in this opening weekend. Dormady to Rogers, overthrew him. But that's the crazy thing and the beautiful thing about the XFL. If you hit 3 there, you're back in this thing.
You're always in it, especially in this new XFL. Andrew Jamil didn't get an NFL opportunity. Now he's hoping for it with the XFL.
4th and 15. Tomorrow, the St. Louis Battlehawks take on the San Antonio Brahmas, and the Seattle Sea Dragons and DC Defenders round out the XFL opening weekend schedule on ABC, ESPN, and ESPN+. Sam, are you surprised that Orlando is kicking here and not going with the 4th and 15 conversion to try to get the ball and keep it?
I expected the 4th and 15 conversion from the 25-yard line. If you get it, you keep the ball. But if you think about it, Orlando's offense has struggled. Their defense has been the better side of the ball. And so I think they're relying on their defense to make one more stop in order to get this back into a game, then go on that 4th and 15 after the next score.
Solid field position here for the Roughnecks at the 35.
Thank you, Coach. How do you make decisions about how many points to go for at the end when you score a touchdown?
Well, you look at the score, we're looking at the analytics, and we got to make up a lot of ground. And finally, we got something going offensively. So you figure we go 3 points, get the 15, now we're in striking distance.
You made a quarterback change. How much are you going to ride Dormady here in the 4th quarter?
Hey, he just drove us down and scoring, so we're going to keep going.
Appreciate your time, guys.
Taylor, thank you. Time for the Roughnecks and their response. Silver flush and incomplete.
We talked about it being now it's still a 2-possession game, but with the new rules, if you score once, now you can go for 4th and 15 in the 4th quarter if you're down or tied to get that lead.
I did ask Buckley as well why they did not go for the 4th and 15, and he said analytics yet again, guys.
We saw it at the very end of the opening game with Arlington and Las Vegas. Las Vegas did not convert. The game ended.
Trips left, Broncos. Trips left, Broncos.
Now the gamble to that 4th and 15 is if you don't get it, you're putting the opponent, in this case Houston, on the doorstep of another score.
It's a typical 4th down play. So if you get 5 yards, well, they'll get the ball from that 5-yard spot. If you don't get the first down, if it's an incomplete pass, Houston would get the ball back on that 25-yard line. And so that's when he talks about analytics.
Jumbo Nike push. Does he not want to do it? The Nike push.
It's not 2 yards ago.
Yes, sir. Just relaying it.
Yeah, 2 yards.
So a seemingly good decision by Terrell Buckley. Put your defense on the field, and then the defense makes a stop. They hope for one more score by your offense.
Fair catch dropped by Rogers, and the Roughnecks have pounced on it. Cannot happen.
Didn't account for special teams.
We got it. There we go.
Yes,
How fitting is this?
Yes.
That it is the Houston product, Alexander Myers, jumping on the football in his former stadium.
He was a 0-star recruit out of high school, no D1 offers, went to D2, and now he's making a game-winning play.
Silver's trying to put it away.
Okay, we're fine. Go again. Trips left, low check, swing, X slide. Let's read it.
Now you look back on it, you're like, we probably should have gone for the 4th and 15. Hindsight, right?
Yeah, I got you. After this one, give me a check 14. 14-14 with patience.
Go.
Silvers to Burnett, broke it up. Fitz.
Oh, the man who recovered the fumble is right here. Take us through it.
I did it for the team. It's for Houston. That's why we're here. You feel me?
You saw the ball on the ground. What goes through your mind? And at that moment, man, just take us onto the field.
Be great. That's all I got to say. Be great.
Done and done. It was. Lowell.
Fitz, thank you.
Go.
3rd and 10. Lee. Upended at the 5. So what do you do here? 4th and short.
If I'm offense, I'm going for it because you know if you kick a field goal, it's still a 2-score game. But this is the game. 4th and 2,
right.
3 minutes left.
Denver slip. Strong right, Denver slip.
Call is in.
Cole McDonald in at quarterback.
Scoot in X, scoot in X, scoot in X.
Denver slip.
Run it.
McDonald, he's got room, waltzing into the end zone. Cole McDonald with the 5-yard score.
Cole McDonald, short yardage, red zone, zone read, ran a 4.58 at the combine. He ran track in high school. This is the first time he's kept it on that look. You heard A.J. Smith say, hey, keep it, run it, and he did. Successful play.
And a 1-point conversion attempt coming up for Houston. Been a wild night with these conversions. McDonald stays in, throwing short, broke it up, and it will stay at 30-12. Week 2 of the XFL season begins Thursday night with the Battlehawks taking on the Sea Dragons. Continues Saturday with the DC Defenders and Vegas Vipers. Both those games are on FX. Plus Sunday, the Brahmas and Guardians are on ESPN at 4 Eastern, and the Renegades Roughnecks wrapping it up, ESPN2 at 7 Eastern. All 4 games also available on ESPN+. So coming into this weekend, all the teams led by the veteran head coaches were favorites in their matchups. Bob Stoops, he won the first one. Wade Phillips, he's winning the second one. And Jim Haslett in Seattle is a favorite.
It's experience, and I understand it's a new league. A lot of these coaches had to draft players, essentially build a team from scratch, but that experience really does matter. And that's what we're seeing pay off.
Get the pick that ball up, okay?
Every day, just like in practice. Hey, made the play right there. Garrett Owens made a great block. Walked in for me. Thank you, Garrett.
That's what it's about. McDonald and his teammate Garrett Owens. Rodgers from the 15. Taken down. So a little bit of a nail biter here with the total. But in the 4th quarter, we go over. So you look at the lines, Vipers, Renegades. It was Arlington at 3.5. Ended up barely getting that one in. But the win, but Vegas actually covered. You see our game with a 3.5-point spread. Seattle favored. St. Louis favored. And the over-under, the total, all in that mid-30 range.
Hey, Lowell, Sam, if you had Houston before this game kicked, your odds are going to be a heck of a lot better on a future wager to win the title than they are going to be tomorrow morning. I can promise you that. But one team to take a look at as a future, St. Louis. Experience at quarterback. A.J. McCarron's callous in the National Football League and been on a grand stage with Big Bad Bama winning natties.
Yeah, Houston continues to increase their stock with plays like this.
Offense, number 61, 10-yard penalty, replay second down.
I mean, Wade Phillips is convinced he's got the best pass rush in the XFL and feels there's a big advantage because doesn't think the offensive lines are quite ready to go this early in the season.
Well, he says it's hard to find good offensive linemen in general, but then you go, even in the XFL, it's hard to find quality offensive linemen. And so he has his edge rushers, even interior rushers that he likes. That's their advantage on the front end, but also on the back end, corners who can cover.
Oh, God.
Taking a shot.
Oh, God. There we
and
go.
almost connecting with Guidry. Kerry Vincent was running with him.
Put his ass in there.
And Dormady took a shot.
He's had pressure all night long. Yes, we've seen the 5 sacks, but it's been the hits, the hurries, the pressures. That was John Docker right there. 6'2", 230 out of James Madison, undrafted free agent from the Ravens. Everyone on this defensive front has been hunting.
And the Guardians will take it down to the 2-minute warning. Roughnecks trying to wrap this one up, put it on ice. It's 30-12, Houston. Next, it's Sports Center with Zubin and Max. The star of this game joins the show to talk about the XFL kickoff. Plus, in a busy day in college hoops, seedings starting to take shape. The selection committee reveals their early bracket preview. Plus, a look inside an exclusive NBA club who will dazzle in this year's dunk competition. All that and more. Sports Center coming up with Zubin and Max. Orlando running out of time in the opener, and this will do it. Picked off by Sean Davis. Davis still upright, and Davis takes it inside the 10.
Sean Davis dropped one earlier. That's the makeup for that drop. Second-round pick for the Steelers in 2016. Reading the quarterback's eyes the whole way. The one thing he wishes he could have done was find the end zone. You saw that getting the arm off. Great tackle by Ryan Becker.
Mentioned it earlier, a guy that's picked off Eli Manning, sacked Tom Brady in an AFC Championship game. A lot of football for Sean Davis. He's proving he's still got some left.
He was the 3rd safety drafted in that 2016 draft, 58th overall pick. Played in the NFL from 2016 to 2021. Now he's trying to get back. Opportunity, opportunity, opportunity.
Now Fitzy's with Sean Davis.
SD, man, a game-sealing pick. What's that feel like?
Man,
I didn't ask you which language. You speak Chinese,
man.
French, and English. I mean,
man, had a little rough game, man. Had the ball taken from me. First half, I dropped the second one. I just always kept my head up, man. The game ain't over till the clock say 0-0. And so I just played every play as best as I could, man, and just felt good to get the job done for the team.
You know what a W means in the XFL?
We want to know, man. We got 9 more to go.
Bonus.
Oh, yeah, that's right, that's right. Hey, that money. Yes, sir.
Congrats, buddy.
I appreciate you.
Hey, can you describe the pick in French?
Nah, I can't do all that.
Has it been too long?
High school.
And now the truth comes out.
Yeah, high school.
Good to see you.
Man, same.
Hey, he'll put that bonus to good use. Diapers, baby formula, you name it. Was late to camp because he just had to welcome his son into the world. Just born right before the start of camp with Houston. Awesome story.
And he played for Brian Stewart at Maryland, so they have a history together.
Timeout Orlando, their first of the half, 30 seconds.
Most of the back-end guys for this Houston Roughnecks team have a history with Brian Stewart.
Stewart knew these guys when they were young men. They were kids, and now they're fathers. And when we talked with Stewart, he said that's why you coach. You see the maturation process, and you're asking yourself, did I have an influence on him as a man? And I think the answer is yes. Final 142. McDonald at quarterback. McDonald will keep. Gets hit hard. Shy of the 5.
Timeout Orlando.
And we have more action coming up on Sunday. St. Louis and San Antonio. 3 Eastern on ABC. Seattle and DC. 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Every game is streaming on ESPN Plus. You just get the sense, being around this new ownership crew, that the XFL is here to stay.
And it's not just the ownership group, it's the players. They believe in the group as well.
Third and goal, 6.
Third and goal here for Cole McDonald. Former Hawaii quarterback will keep. And brought down, lost the ball momentarily, but he's down. He's got the ball, it's all good. And that's gonna bring up a 4th and goal.
Third and final of the half, 30 seconds.
Field goal.
And you hear Coach Phillips calling for the field goal unit.
Get it to a 3-score game.
We're 18 points ahead. If we go 21, they got to score 3 times.
Great minds think alike. The Plus has connected on both attempts from 33.
64 and 70 of Houston have reported as eligible. 55, 64, and 70.
Fourth and goal, Houston.
This will be a 22-yard attempt for Duplessis, who was in minicamp with the Broncos at the beginning of the 22 season. And good from 22 out. 33-12. Roughnecks all over the Guardians from Orlando. It's been a good crowd tonight here in Houston. Certainly been into it. Hard not to when that's a head coach.
All right. Great game.
How much of a factor do you think that experience is going to be for Houston's chances this season?
It's everything. I mean, you feel it when you talk to the team, and you see it when you look at their roster. Most of these players.
I just play 4 deep.
Here's James Moore, wired up.
Match the inside receiver.
6-0, baby! Great day! Great day! Great day! Shout out to Under Armour, shout out to Rock, man. Shout out to everybody that got this whole thing coming, man. It's a great opportunity. Thank you so much.
4th down.
4th down.
Former D2 All-American there, James Moore, with a shout out. Rogers on the return. And he's brought down by Beckett. And another opportunity for Houston to flex their muscle defensively here in the final 118. Dominant performance on the edges. Trent Harris, 3 sacks. Tim Ward with 2.
I'd run the ball as fast as him. Get the fuck out of here. Huh? Well, he's stupid. He ain't a coach, that's why.
Wow. That will be bulletin board material for a long time. Quick strike to Dantes Bird, still fighting here with 1:14 left. Hey, that's the thing with access. You hear everything. Everything becomes public. You can't hide those conversations.
You can't hide it. You hear it all.
Now, when you look at Orlando, what do you think they do going forward at quarterback?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's quarterback. Part of it has to do with some of the play calling. You didn't see any of the deep shots that you would have expected. And so you have an offense that is taking deep shots on one end and one offense that's not taking as many risks.
Robert Ford said they want to take at least 8 deep shots in this game. As there is Jamil, was the lone touchdown for the Guardians in the second half. It was Cody Latimer who had the opening drive touchdown, and he's been very quiet after the early moments of this game. But a step in the right direction for Latimer just to be back out here and to be productive. This is a win for him personally.
Especially the way he started the game. You look at it, just making contested catches. You heard Sean Davis say the one that he missed. This is what you want to put on tape for anyone who's watching.
Illegal substitution, defense, 12 players on the field. 5-yard penalty, replay, second down.
And also for yourself, to prove to yourself that you could still compete at a high level.
Reset the game clock to 58 seconds. 58, please.
Brandon Silvers for Houston, 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. It's been a solid rushing attack by Houston as well. But defense, relentless. Into the arms of Dedrick Thomas, former standout at Mississippi State. And Guardians showing life with under a minute left.
Please reset the game clock to 51 seconds. 5-1, please. The clock will start on my signal. Thank you.
Game is out of reach. How important are these moments for individuals just looking for film?
Well, it's not only important for individuals looking for film, but also for situational football. Remembering that in this fourth quarter, less than 2 minutes left, the clock's going to stop on a first down. And so you cannot be slow. You must get up to the line of scrimmage quickly, like it was in college, spike the ball or run a play.
And Dormady spikes it with 42 seconds remaining. Dormady flushed, lofting it, and out of the reach of Jamil. But this will be problematic to have a duo like Harris and Ward that Phillips is adamant should be playing in the NFL. Could wreak havoc on XFL offenses this season. Another big hit. Trent Harris with his 4th sack of the night. Case in point. It doesn't matter the name of the team, the name of the league. If Wade Phillips is coaching, it's going to be a relentless pass rush.
Especially on the outside. Look at
Dormady. Picked off. Ajene Harris had 2 breakups and finally gets his pick.
2019, he was undrafted.
On the field is an interception, first down.
Signed with the Philadelphia Eagles. He wants to go back. We all know it. And it's plays like these that scouts are watching, that people who love football are watching and saying, I saw this play. I saw that breakup early in the game.
And that breakup early in the game was the game changer. It was an Orlando lead. They went for it. 4th and 3 from the 50, went to Guidry, and it was Harris who broke up that pass, and that ended the momentum immediately. First win as a head coach for Wade Phillips since the Cowboys in 2010.
Yeah.
And the Houston Roughnecks are 1-0
Game 1 is in the books.
Good job.
Good luck, man.
Yeah, I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
All right, good job. Good job. Oh, man.
Houston Roughnecks. Orlando 33 to Orlando's 12. Stay around for our post-game Roughnecks interview.
Oh,
wait.
Fitz is now with the head coach, Wade Phillips.
Coach, your first win as a head coach, and it happens to be in your hometown of Houston, Texas, since 2010 when you were with the Dallas Cowboys. What's it like?
It's great. I mean, our players did the job. You know, we played a really solid game, offense, defense, and our special teams really played well. So, you know, that's what causes victories.
Phillips 3-4. Trent Harris had 4 sacks. Tim Ward had 2. What'd you see from your bookends?
Yeah, they're really good players, and I'm glad we have them.
As far as their future, you told us in our meetings yesterday, you don't understand why they're not in the National Football League. Their individual talents, what do you see?
Well, that's what they're here for, to show them what they can do, and I'm so proud of them. You know, I thought we didn't know for sure because we hadn't played a game yet, but I knew those guys were going to come through.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
Well,
Fitz, thank you so much. Houston starts 1-0 after taking down Orlando 33-12. For those watching on ESPN, Sports Center is next. For those watching on FX, we'll continue our coverage in a moment right here in Houston.